safe and well. Let's get started with a little bit of bracha, a little bit of blessing, then some Torah. Here we go. So, friends, again, so good to see all of you. Let's start with Torah, move our way into Nachamu, talk for a moment about Tu B'Av, and then bring it all together. First of all, remember that this is Parashat VaEtchanan. It always happens the Shabbat after after Tisha B'Av, after the 9th of Av. We always have Shabbat where we read the Parsha of VaEtchanan, and that Shabbat is always called Shabbat Nachamu. Let's define these terms. VaEtchanan is the second Torah portion in the book of Deuteronomy. And yes, let's dedicate today's learning, Linda, to your daughter Shani's 39th birthday. Happy birthday. Happy birthday to you too. All right, so Parashat VaEtchanan is the second Torah portion of the book of Deuteronomy, in which Moses begs for the chance to enter the Promised Land, and he doesn't get to go. We know he doesn't go. And yet every time we read the plaintive cry, "Please God, let me in," at least for me, my heart breaks for our ancestor, for our teacher Moshe. He moves directly from there to appointing his successor Joshua. From there we move into the Shema. From there we move into the story of the Ten Commandments for the second time in the Torah. We hear the story in Exodus, in Parashat Yitro, and then we hear it again in VaEtchanan. This is a very big Torah portion, to say the least. It also happens every year that we read Parashat VaEtchanan on the Shabbat following Tisha B'Av, which means that we also receive comfort this Shabbat. Perhaps we offer comfort to our ancestor. We receive comfort ourselves after grieving on Tisha B'Av for so much that has been lost in the world. And today, this date in particular, is an ancient holiday that not a lot of people know about, called Tu B'Av, which is a holiday of finding love. It's talked about in the Mishnah as a day that people would find the love that they had sought. In Israel today, many people who are in love propose. It's a beautiful day, and love is a very, very sacred thing. And if you are seeking love, I just wanted to bless you that you should find the kind of love that brings comfort, the kind of love that is rich and bears testimony. Listen to the words from this week's Parsha as a way of exploring what love can be in the deepest of ways. Moses is warning the people because he knows his time is limited. What is the blessing he wants to impart them? He really wants them to not make the same mistakes over and over again. Right? My father blessed me at my bar mitzvah by reciting the words of Rod Stewart's Forever Young. And in that song is the phrase, "May you never love in vain." It's hard to wish someone that kind of blessing because along the path of life, we have to experience love and probably some loss in order to rediscover self and then to really experience the deepest kind of love. Today is Arlene's daughter and son-in-law's 4th wedding anniversary, and mazel tov to them. Mazel tov to them. That's wonderful. Mazel tov. Listen to the words that Moses recites to the Israelites, and then think about them with me for a moment. In this week's Parsha, he says, Einechem haraot et asher asa Adonai b'Baal Peor. You saw with your own eyes what God did in the matter of Baal Peor, which is part of the story in the desert. But here's the thing. The people he's talking to, the people Moses is talking to in the desert, is the 2nd generation of Israelites in the desert, meaning this is a generation born in the desert. They themselves did not see what happened in Baal Peor. Their parents did. And one of the things to take from this is the recognition that Moses wants this generation to learn everything that previous generations went through. You and I know that that's just not how it goes. We wish for our children, for our students, for generations to come, to not have to go through the hardships that gave us the wisdom we believe we have now. And yet, we know that's not how it works. You have to live in order to learn. And often, we become wiser by the wound. We learn. With a real partner, a partner who can bear testimony, they do what Moses wishes the 2nd generation could do, which is to truly bear testimony to the experience of another. Be that a spouse, be that a parent, be that a child, be that a neighbor. Amy, mazel tov on your 49th anniversary coming up. My own 4th anniversary with my beloved wife, Neshama, is coming up in just about 2 weeks. Discovering love, growing through the pain of loss, all of this is the travels of a lifetime. And so, to combine Moses' blessing to the Israelites, Moses' blessing to the Israelites is, your eyes have seen this. If only you can see with your mind's eye what I wish you could remember because I remember it, then your life will be simpler than mine was. Now, it's not possible. But what a sweet blessing to offer somebody. I want to spare you the pain that I've been through. Get to the place of wisdom that I've had to earn through hard moments. It's a sweet blessing. It's not realistic, but it's beautiful. And in feeling the sweetness of the blessing, might we then experience an even deeper kind of comfort. Oh, you beautiful teacher, Moses. Oh, you beautiful parent to us all. You want us to get to the finish line without having to run the race. If only. You sweet, sweet person, thank you for that blessing. Thank you for the blessing, and we know it doesn't go that way. But I'm comforted because of the sweet intentions of my rabbi, my teacher, Moshe. So friends, let's think about it for a second. What have you seen with your own eyes that you wish someone else could learn without having to go through the pain? Just bless the world. Our world is in deep need of it, of the comfort of that kind of love. No one really learns until they learn. But wouldn't it be nice to spare someone we care about just a little bit of the pain? We can't, but isn't it nice to want to? That is one of the biggest gifts that Moshe gave us. This is what love looks like. I just want to spare you some of life's pain. So, you can't, but it's sweet. Today's a day of love. I want to bless you with love of self and love of other to feel truly loved. There are a lot of ways that happens. It's not only partner, it can be deep friend. Having gone through my own life's journey, all I can say, with the love in my heart, and with the comfort I wish to all of us, including me, is that we should grow through it and try to give as much as we can by starting within, bearing testimony beyond, and knowing that at best we wish each other well. We wish each other care, trust, comfort. So this is a song written for this special Shabbat by my father-in-law. It's a very famous song. My wife sings it with incredible grandeur. I hope those of us in Westchester will attend the beautiful concert she's going to be giving in just 2 weeks. I'll share information about that next week. So I can't sing it with the depth that she can. And I never heard her father sing it in person, but this is from the first verse of the Haftorah we read this Shabbat. We call it Shabbat Nachamu because the prophet Isaiah, channeling God's best intentions, says, Nachamu, Nachamu Ami. Comfort, comfort my people. You've been through enough. And I want to say one more thing as I get ready to sing it, which is I don't know if we've taken the time yet, and I think it's going to take a lifetime, to acknowledge what we, the world, have been through in these last 2.5 years. It's been a lot. In order for us to really be comforted, I think we're going to have to do some healing. And I hope that you have been gentle with yourself, knowing that every once in a while, and maybe a few times a day, we've been going through something. We've been processing a whole lot of grief and pain. So let's have a Shabbat of comfort, of being gentle with ourselves and with each other. Nachamu, Nachamu, Abi, Yomar Elokechem. Nachamu, Nachamu, Abi, Yomar Elokechem. Nachamu, Nachamu, Ami, Yomar Elokechem. Nachamu, Nachamu, Ami, Yomar Elokechem. Oh, Daru Alev Yerushalayim V'kiru Dabru alev Yerushalayim V'kiru eleha. Hay lay 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 lay, hay lay lay hay lay hay lay lay hay lay 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 lay. Shabbat Shalom, friends. Comfort and love. See you on Monday.